Sunfield Community Garden with Mark Polanco, who's one of our resident gardeners.
Not Manny.
No, not Manny. Inside joke.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask Mark a little bit about his garden because this year everybody's been coming into the garden and saying, what did he do? His garden looks so great, and we were just harvesting all kinds of stuff from it.
This is actually the second year I've been gardening.
Okay.
Last year was my first one.
Okay.
Ever. So.
Okay. So your first garden ever was here at Sunfield, was this garden?
Yes, this is my first one here. Last year was really rough because it was so hot and I got such a late start on my gardening. I think Jen and I were the only ones that were out here, and so I was just trying to learn to figure out, hey, what can we grow? What works out here? How much should I water? How much should I fertilize? And all this other stuff. And so I started getting into it, picked my plants, and basically I didn't get any, especially my tomatoes. I did not get no tomatoes until it started cooling down in October. And I couldn't figure out why. And Jen was the same way. We couldn't get anything. But this year I planned it out just a lot better. This year I'm trying, I got some okra plants. Last year I had one okra plant, but this year I'm trying a different one. It's called a burgundy, and it's actually a really neat okra, and I've got some really nice ones coming up right now. The other thing is I've got some really nice eggplant. Last year I just did the regular Black Beauty eggplants. This year I wanted to do something different, right? So this year I got what's called a white lightning, which is a really nice, pretty white eggplant, and then I've got one that's called a listata. And it's really probably the most beautiful eggplants that people say, and it has a really mild flavor. So I'm really excited about those because those are coming out really nicely. Yeah. I'm excited. My wife is excited. My mom actually is so funny because my mom she's so excited. We're like picturing each other. We're sending our text pictures of our gardens to each other back and forth. And she's like, "Oh, that's so beautiful." But check this out, So it's like a competition now between my mom and I. But it's fun because I love having the garden. It's kind of like the focal point when I have family over. They're like, "Let's go see your garden. Let's go see your garden." So I bring them out here. I say, "Take what you need."
Excellent.
And it's funny too. I also use my garden to meet new people, like my new neighbors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or every once in a while, I have people come by and they're just checking out the property and they want to see the garden. I had this one young couple that came and they were so excited. She grew up with the gardens and she loved it, but now she lives in an apartment, so she doesn't have a garden, and they're thinking about buying out here. I'm like, "Do you want to see the garden?" So I opened it up, brought them in here, said, "Would you like some basil? Would you like some tomatoes?
Yeah.
And I'll show you around, And she was so excited. I think I sold the house. I really do think I sold the house. It's really exciting, though. I mean, it's just
great.
The garden is not just for food, It's actually for, community and things like that,
Good.
So.
Good. Thanks so much, Mark. I really
it's been my
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you.
Let's